And now, here are your hosts, the Schnitzel Boys.
Do you want to do this German thing here?
The
Before we move
Sprachgefühl.
on to the USA
Should we
Canada
do
Canadian
our Sprachgefühl, where we explain weird German words to our listeners, and hopefully in the
Yes, and when I put a
process,
graphic up with
and
no umlaut, and everyone's like, umlaut is not optional. There's an umlaut. So I have edited the graphic to add umlaut.
that's wonderful.
Whenever you're ready, Bjorn.
Oh, let me get this.
This would be our fourth segment, I think, right? So let's recover. The first one was asozial.
Asozial.
Asozial, and then there was Schinden.
Schinden. Yes.
And then what was the third one again?
We had Vergnügungssteuerpflichtig.
Well, that was the fourth one.
That was the fourth.
And then there was a third one in there that I don't remember.
I don't remember either. But anyway, here it is.
Sprachgefühl. 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 Sprachgefühl.
So this week, Sprachgefühl. This week, we have Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, legend of German soccer, and still very influential in the whole Bayern hierarchy. He did sort of a drive-by about poor Niklas Süle. Niklas Süle has said he is not going to... sorry.
Niklas,
These videos always autoplay. Anyway, there he is, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge from his, I don't know, is it his house? Or so he was talking to Sky Sports about Niklas Süle, who is not renewing his contract. And there was some talk that he doesn't feel appreciated. Anyway, here's Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. I'm going to translate as he goes.
Grundsätzlich hat Niklas ja relativ gute Talente in seiner Position.
Has some good qualities in his position. He's tall, he's strong, he's fast. His header game could improve a little, but other than that, he's always been a useful player. Of course, the problem is that, in my opinion, he never fully pushed through and established himself as a starter. He arrived 4 years ago and started on a good path.
Eigentlich auf einem guten Weg, dann hat er sich das Kreuzband
gerissen und dann hat er ein
bisschen so den Anschluss auch verloren. Und wenn man jetzt die Mannschaft, ich sag mal, wenn man
if you were to pick the best 11 right now, Niklas probably wouldn't be a part of it.
Das ist
and
etwas, was
something
sich
he
vielleicht
should
auch mal
maybe
überlegen
think about.
sollte. Und ein Thema,
one other
Wertschätzung.
topic,
Wertschätzung
appreciation.
Wertschätzung. Euros gerechnet und
appreciation is just measured in euros,
glauben,
no other way. If an FC Bayern player is appreciated or coddled or whatever, our unit of appreciation is this is the euro and nothing else. So
two things.
The word is Wertschätzung.
Wertschätzung. And what?
Yeah.
So, okay. So real quick. So I love that this is a story where an executive chef or former executive chef talks about how players don't only have loyalty in euros. And literally just 3 minutes ago, we talked about Tati Castellanos' story about how there was a day when the executives fulfilled their promises. So it's just a funny, during the silly season, we always have this manager versus player, bigger picture stuff. It's all this big case-by-case basis. And secondly, he still has to play there for another 6 months. So it's just like shots fired of like, yeah, he's probably not part of our best 11. He sucks. So, he's still there through the summer. And this is Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, who I guess is not officially involved with. Well, I'm sure he's on some sort of consultancy board over there. But up until a season ago, he was the chairman of the board at Bayern München. He supervised his signing. So, what a way to... You talk about the difference between USA and Europe. In Europe, the heads of the clubs call you out for sucking while you still play there.
Yeah, it's weird, right? It's like, why would he do that? It's, it's just kind of basically just saying... Like, well, you don't want to play with us. We don't like you anyway. It's very sort of...
you weren't any good.
It's very childish, this sort of like, oh, you don't want to, you don't want to resign. Well, we don't care.
Remember when Mesut Ozil had his thing And then, like, because they're like, he said this thing is like, when I win, I'm German. When I lose, I'm Turkish. You know, he had these very serious sort of cultural stuff and about racism and being a second-class citizen, Turks being second-class citizen. And then I think even Rummenigge and the other old hardheads at the German soccer establishment were just like, oh, yeah, well, you suck. You've been sucking over the last few years. You suck. Which is
That's true, yeah. That
Uli, but still, it's not the point.
Uli Hoeneß was yeah. I mean, these guys, that's just what's always you know, interesting and entertaining. Like, these guys they're so, and it sort of speaks to the opposite of it. You know, he's saying like, oh, you don't feel appreciated. Well, you know, the way we show appreciation is by paying you. And
also, you suck. So he clearly points out exactly how.
Yeah, and clearly there's more to it than that, you know, as demonstrated by Rummenigge doing this sort of unsolicited drive-by of like, oh yeah, you don't want to be on our team? Well, we don't like you anyway. So anyway, it's all he's just funny. Like literally in the living room doing a big interview on like German Sports Cable Network. It's like, you know, you didn't have to do that. You could have also just not done the interview. He also
so the word is, what's the word again?
Wertschätzung, which Wert
what is it? Yeah,
I guess it translates as appreciation, but it's a little bit.
Wert is worth.
Wert is worth, and Schätzung is sort of an estimate. So it's an estimation of your worth. Wertschätzung.
And how does he use it in a sentence again?
Well, he's actually not using it in a sentence. He's just saying Wertschätzung is this thing that people talk about, because that's been sort of you know, the undertone of Süle feeling like he's not appreciated at Bayern, and their estimation of his value is not high, which I guess is now confirmed. But Rummenigge says that's nonsense. It's all about, you know, the way we express appreciation is in money, and but obviously that is not the case. Wertschätzung, that's the word.
Wertschätzung. That's been this week's edition of SPRACHGEFÜHL. That was just the Schnitzel Boys video on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. If you like that one, we've got a couple other ones right over here. And if you like that one, don't be afraid to subscribe, like, and ring that bell.
It's the Schnitzel Boys, it's the Schnitzel Boys, it's the Schnitzel Boys.